5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Everything looks so strange, like I'm somehow separated from the rest of the world. It's like I'm looking up from beneath a glass coffee table.
Alan, do you know where you are?
No, where am I?
You're in the Scafacci-verse, baby! You're gonna die!
Hey everybody, welcome to the Scafacci-verse. Holy crap.
The Scafacci-verse.
Dude, it's so sparkly and shiny
It
new
is.
in here.
It's got that new universe smell.
It does, and it smells a lot less like balls.
Well, there's still
Okay,
plenty
it
of balls.
smells a little
Yeah.
less like balls.
Yeah, it's just a little less. We're not far enough away from the balls yet.
No, that is true. In the Scafacci-verse, we always remember to do our call to action in the beginning.
Absolutely.
Every time.
You want to do it this time?
Yeah, sure. So, guys, please make sure that you like the podcast, that you subscribe, that you share. Now, with the new branding, a little bit easier to share. You don't have to send a picture of balls to somebody that you want to share it to. So that's something. We hope that helps.
It better help, or we're going right back.
It better help.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Otherwise, we're
just
going
right back. We're just going to go even worse.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be my balls. I'll just paint happy faces on them or something. So,
Oh, there you go.
yeah.
So the good news is a lot of our sponsors carried over with us. They conveyed with this move to the Scafacci-verse.
yeah, it's probably easier for them too.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are still sponsored by the Milkman Fertility. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. Specializing in at-home fertility services, we bring the cream to you.
All right, Al, do you have a just the tip for us?
I do just the tip. That also conveys to into the Scafacci-verse.
Okay.
The Scafacci-verse is large and vast.
It's vast. Yes.
It is vast,
Yeah.
yes. All right, so here's your just the tip. And it is apropos for the issues that we had trying to set up our new podcast today. Do you remember, Anthony, back when we used to go boating with Rex?
Yeah.
And we would go skiing, and like Rex was a good skier.
He was, for a
And
big
so
guy.
it would get kind of boring.
Yeah.
Because he would just stand back there and ski until he got tired of it.
Yeah.
But for the rest of us, we would crash.
Yes, lots. Worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
badly.
the key, so in order to make everything more fun, and because we were indestructible teenagers, we had a policy.
Sure, yeah.
Because we wanted the most spectacular, awesome crashes that we could possibly get. And so our rule was, if you're going to crash, what should you do?
You try to save it, try to pull
Yeah,
out.
you try to recover.
Yeah, try to recover.
Because it's one thing, if you just bail, you're
Yeah.
going to go down, you're going to hit the water, and there's no fun in that.
No.
But if you try to recover,
Yeah.
and you try to hold on to that last fucking second and don't let go of that rope,
Yeah.
dude, you get some bomb crashes that
yeah,
way.
all right. That's a
Yeah.
good just the tip.
That's it. If you're going to crash, try to recover.
All right. So Al, I've got a good guest for us, and it's one that I've been wanting to get onto the show for a long time. I actually reached out to him a little while ago. It's just he took a little bit to see the message, but now I got him. He's going to be on the show, and I'm super excited for it. This is Frank Cauble. Frank, how you doing?
I'm great, guys. How you guys doing?
We are doing
on.
great. So, Frank, where do you live?
I live in Fort Stockton, Texas.
Oh,
Texas.
wow.
Yeah.
Dude, I hear that everything is bigger there. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah, good to know.
Well, you know what? That's actually kind of fits, man. Is because Frank, what he's known for in the college football gaming community,
Yep.
is going big. In fact, nobody has gone bigger than Frank.
All right. How do you mean?
Well, so in the older games, in like 13 and 14, you could go for a 60-year dynasty,
Oh, those
right?
really good
Which
old
is
days.
extremely hard to actually do.
Thank God they built that into NCAA 14 because we had to play that game for 10 years.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, Frank, what he does though is even more difficult than that. He will go through a 60-year dynasty all with one team.
Wow.
And he hasn't just done it once. No, that would be
Okay. Well, let's hear from Frank.
Frank.
How many times have you done this?
I've done it. I did it with Duke. I did it with West Virginia, Oregon State, and now Colorado. So 4.
Yeah, that's 240 years of dynasty.
Yeah, and so how did you get into doing 60-year dynasties. What made you decide to do that?
Well, I always maybe got up to about 15 or 20 and stopped. But during the COVID year, I was started with Duke. It was 2020, and then I just kept going and kept going. I got to 20, and I was like, oh, I'll get to 30, and then I got to 30, and I was like, oh, I'll keep going, and then by the time you knew it, I was already almost done. So I was like, I'll just finish it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I remember.
One time
Go
after
ahead.
eating at the Silver Dragon Buffet, I had a Duke that I thought was going to last for 60 years. It just kept coming, man.
So the first time I saw Frank, I think you were doing like maybe it was West Virginia. I probably saw Duke, but wasn't really sure what was going on yet. But I remember seeing it and thinking to myself like, holy crap. Like this guy's on like year 39 of this dynasty, and there's people that can't even make it through 1 year.
Yeah,
Like-
so let me ask you about that, Frank, because sometimes, like as you win, the expectations go up. Were you ever in danger of getting fired?
No, I've never really been in danger to getting fired, but
Okay.
just break my own little records that I set within myself, just
Yep.
So how hard would you say, like a scale of 1 to 10, is it to get through one 60-year dynasty?
honestly, not even that tough, man. Maybe like a 5. I just play when I can, and then I just keep building on what I have, and then breaking my own records. And
Yeah, I mean, once the team gets built up, it's not hard to play with them because they're a good team.
Yeah, but mentally, to
It would
like
be
keep
the
coming
boredom.
back.
Yeah, keeping it fresh. That's
Yeah.
it. So you keep it fresh by like trying to break your records. So give me an
Yeah,
example
break
of
my
some of the records that you have or that you've broken.
well, games won in a row, or passing touchdowns in a season. It's been different for every season, and what's ironic is I had the less success at Duke, but I had the best season at Duke. It's weird.
Okay, so what's your record for most wins in a row? Do you know it off the top of your head?
Most wins in a row was actually with Colorado, 160.
Holy
Oh
crap!
my god!
That's like 10.
But
just
the-
like- that's
the
like
thing
10
is-
straight years.
More than that, yeah,
But-
because there's no playoff in 14.
Oh,
But
yeah,
the
huh?
thing is, I don't win like as much as I mean that was a lot, but usually it's not really like that. I'll lose quite a bit actually. I mean, I've lost about 60 times I think right now.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. I mean, dude, I got the same problem. Well, no. I mean, I haven't played nearly as much as you, but yeah, I definitely lose. Dude, in our online and our dad's league, I just got absolutely spanked by UCLA. Dude, they crushed me.
Okay, so
All right, so anyway.
so you did this 60-year dynasty the first time, and then you're like, you know what? I'm gonna do it again. When you started doing it the second time,
Did you do it back to back? Like when one finished, you started right into the next?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
is it
I've
harder
done
to
that.
do it the second time? Because like you've been there, you've been to the mountaintop.
Yeah.
Like you've seen
I
what it
just-
looks like, and now you're gonna like, okay, I'm gonna do this again. How long does it take to play out a 60-year dynasty?
My Duke dynasty, I believe, lasted 2 years.
Wow.
Shit.
Yeah, but my West Virginia one was I think about a year, and then the Oregon State one went pretty quick. I think I did that one about 6 to 7 months.
Wow. So what happens at the end when you finish year 60? Is there anything special?
Yeah, it'll say congratulations. You're a coaching legend.
Your PlayStation
Yeah,
just melts.
Yeah. Or what was that one game that at the end it said the cake is a lie? And like all that was a big letdown at the end.
That's, I mean, so okay, so now
Yeah.
which of these dynasties was your favorite?
My favorite, I would have to say, would probably Duke. Probably Duke.
Yeah, it's got to be like picking your kids, man. Like you got to like
Oh, you
choose
have to commit
choose
that,
your
yeah.
favorite kid,
Yeah.
But
Like,
dude, just like
Yeah,
in
you-
our families, the first kid is the most loved.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's always.
so you did it with Duke. Now this was on 14, right? NCAA 14, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you did it with Duke. Now you said you lose games and things like that. How many like national titles did you win with Duke, for example?
With Duke, I believe I had 20.
So that's
pretty
pretty
good,
good.
but-
Like one every 3 years, you
Yeah,
know?
right. It's not
Yeah.
total
Nine.
domination. Like you're not winning 50. So, dude, yeah, that's cool, man. That's kind of a way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just. Oh, go
With
ahead.
Duke, do you have a favorite uniform combination?
I like the all blacks with Duke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those are sharp.
those are
The
sharp,
black
yeah.
with the blue on it. Yeah, that
They
is
got
sharp.
they got the black helmet, black. You think the black D too, and then
Right.
you know.
All right, that's fair.
Now, do you use the same playbook for 60 straight years?
I do actually, yeah.
Do you use the same playbook in every dynasty?
Uh-huh.
Dude, you got to have that thing like super memorized.
Yeah, I use the spread, just the regular spread.
Do you just wake up in the middle of the night just calling plays? I would.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, my wife would be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
but I also do a thing where I don't run the same play, or I'll try to do about 5 or 6 different plays, and then if I go back to them, I'll go back. You know.
So like
there-
your own self-instituted
Cool
cool down. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, so in all those years, are there players who you developed like a bond with, or that you think back fondly, like, oh, that was the guy, man?
Yeah. With Duke, I had a receiver named Spencer. I think his name was Courtney Spencer. He was outrageous, man. And like
Yeah.
the thing is, like some of these stats are really crazy, but when I was doing it, like it just, I don't know, it just made sense, you know. It was just
Yeah, it's funny how you remember those names. Like,
Mhm.
I've got family members who I don't remember the name, but I remember Marcus Galloway.
Yeah, do you
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
retire their numbers? Like, I'm never using that guy again.
Well, the thing is, actually, when I write my all my stats down at the end of the year, I'll put the numbers of the quarterbacks.
Huh.
So
Okay.
and I'll put the Heisman list too. That way, also when I'm done with my complete dynasty, I look back and I just go and I'll write I'll let you guys know how many Heisman winners I had. That's how I find out.
Yeah, so I want to linger on this for a second. You write down your stats. Like, what sort of thing, what sort of stats do you keep record of?
Oh, well, during the season, I'll write down who I play. You know, after I play a game, I play at Michigan State, I'll write down at Michigan State. If it's a win, I'll put a W. If it's a loss, I'll put an L, and I write the score. But at the end of the season, I'll write down my the conference championship game, my opponent's wins loss records, and then of course my stats as the players, the quarterback stats, the running back stats, the receiver stats, the defensive stats, even the kicker.
Do
Oh
you
my
have any
God.
records that you like chase where you're like, okay, you know, let's say for example, like a quarterback had a great, 4 or 5 year run, and, as a red shirt or whatever, he was there for 5 years, and maybe he throws for like 22,000 yards or some number like that.
Yeah, give us some of the
Yeah.
crazy
do you,
numbers.
do you have like some numbers where you're like trying to chase these numbers for a running back or sacks or whatever?
Yeah. Also, it's funny because I also remember a guy from Colorado. I had a linebacker. His name was Potts.
Uh-huh.
Man, he was a beast. He was a beast. Potts, Potts.
Yeah.
He had like 40 sacks, I think, or something like that.
Ooh, that's a
Yeah.
lot of sacks.
But as far as like passing touchdowns in a season, I think the most I ever had was that one year with Duke. A guy named Pat Fitzgerald, and he threw for 88 touchdowns.
Dude.
Wow.
What I love is that it's like this guy Pat Fitzgerald, like
Yeah.
him. He's
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, he went
exactly.
on. He played in the NFL.
And like we would know who
Yeah,
he
like
is and
exactly.
that. Yeah,
But
yeah.
I love that, dude.
Yeah.
To me, that.
Oh, I get it.
That is,
Yeah.
I totally get that.
Dude, what was the Brontosaurus's name?
Dude,
Anthony?
he was Antonio Hollins. He was
Yeah, there you
the
go.
Brontosaurus. Yeah, he was a big 265-pound wideout. I love that guy, dude. He had soft hands.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Frank. So now you're still using the PS3 and you're still actually playing 14, which you might hold the record now of like the person playing that game the longest. I mean, you truly are like the Iron Man of that game, as far as I'm concerned. Because I've never seen anybody other than you do a 60-year dynasty. Do you have like a group of friends that like this is like you guys do this?
Not really, man.
Do you
I
even
just-
know anybody else that does this?
Dude, he sits in
Just-
front of his PlayStation all day.
Yeah, just the group, man. That's why I thought
Yeah.
I thought I was like by myself, and then I came across the group back in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh wow, okay. And that's when I noticed a lot of other people played it as well, and my
Yep.
love even got even stronger, and we post updates and stuff. It was crazy. But the group, and I found y'all's group, a lot of good groups out there.
That's what it's about, for sure. You find those kindred spirits. You find people who are into the same things as you. That's what the SAC is all about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the Scafaci-verse is all about that acceptance and finding your home. Yeah, buddy, man. That's why we're here. This is way cool.
So which dynasty are you on right now?
I just started year 59 with Colorado.
Okay, so now you're in year 59 with Colorado, and do you know like the team's overall record with you at the helm?
Overall record, I think it's 7-something, and I think I've lost 60.
So you 700. That's 700 wins, right? That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I think
60 losses.
And-
740, 730 something, and 60 or something like
Hey,
that.
you watch, man. Coach Prime is gonna pass that.
So do you have to start your coach at a certain age in order to do this? Otherwise, like he retires early, or what's the story?
I don't know, man.
That'd be fun, though.
He just dies like
Yeah,
in
you
year
start him at,
39,
like-
heart attack.
You start him at 55 years old, and by the time you're done, he's 115.
Yeah, wheel him out there
Yeah.
in like a wheelchair. And he's just like he looks like the crypt keeper.
Yeah. And I already know who I'm going to be next, guys.
Oh,
who?
dude, yeah.
Tell us.
I am going to be Rutgers.
Oh yeah,
Ah, nice,
Rutgers,
the
the
Scarlet
birthplace
Knights.
of college football.
Yeah.
There.
The birthplace of college football.
No
yeah.
shit, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
That when you play as Rutgers in
Oh,
the
when they
intro,
come
they
in.
talk about it. They're
The
like,
birthplace of college
yeah,
football.
yeah, they make a
Right.
big deal out of it and everything
there
like
you
that.
go.
Other than that, their intro's not.
And
too
what have they
special,
done with
so-
it since?
No, nothing. Nothing. So
And that's why I'm going to be them because no tradition.
Yeah.
Got a lot of uniform combinations.
yeah.
Yeah, this is where college football was born, and this is where it's gonna die.
So I got a question for you, Frank. So
Yeah.
now you're gonna have you like had any inkling to get the new system and get the new game? Because it's only 30 years. They're
Yeah.
cutting you off at the kneecaps.
Yeah, I know. I was telling my buddy, I was like, man, it's only 30 years, man, they messed up. But sometimes I do want to, just for because I'm a big TCU fan, actually.
Oh, okay.
And, I know they got a lot of uniforms.
Yeah,
on
they
there
also have
and
great
stuff.
uniforms. Yeah, like
Yeah,
that silver
so-
on purple looks so sharp.
Yeah, yeah. So sometimes when I want to do it for that, to play as TCU and stuff, but then like you guys said, other times now I'm just gonna, my PS3 till the wheels fall off.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, have you had to get that thing like fixed? Do you have to like, spray it out,
No.
keep that thing in mint condition or anything?
No, not really, man. Just
Yeah.
I gotta ask, are you married?
no, not. I'm
No,
not
that's
Have
the
you-
key, dude.
Yeah, well,
That's
'cause
what we're
that's-
doing wrong.
Yeah, that's it, man.
Yeah.
Because there's no way your wife would. But I think if you told her, like, babe, I'm on year 38, okay?
Yeah.
Like I gotta see this thing through.
Right.
She'd probably actually like it because she knows, dude, you're in for the long haul.
That's right. You're
Your
not a guy who
fucking
gives up
loyalty,
on
man, is
something.
like your number one thing there. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
but do you ever step out? Do you ever have like in the middle of your Colorado dynasty that you'll play an exhibition game with somebody else?
You cheat.
Yeah, you
No.
cheating on them?
No, the only thing that I will do sometimes is I'll go and look at Rutgers uniforms and stuff, or
Yeah.
Yeah, rub
I'm
one
getting
out
ready
real
for
quick.
the next one. Yeah.
yeah.
You're eyeballing your next piece. Yeah, dude. Sometimes I'll do that when I'm at like the junior high. Oh, no, never mind.
Yeah, right. Yeah. keep that on your hat there. So yeah, I mean, to me, I've been noticing people on the new game. They've finished a 30-year dynasty, and I call them a bitch.
Okay,
I get
how's-
right up their ass. I'm like, dude, you're no fucking Frank Cauble. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
doing 2 of these for every one you do.
Right.
And so, in my opinion, you're kind of like a celebrity. So that's the way I feel because it's such a unique thing to do.
Yeah, it's rarefied air.
And I know I can't do it. I'm just not built for that. Like after 5 or 6 years, that's it. Like if I win a couple of championships, I'm done. I'm like, okay, it's time to go somewhere else. And what about you? I mean, what's like the longest
I
you've
get
done?
attached. I think I've done maybe 15 years or so, maybe 20.
Yeah.
But I get attached to players. And dude, when you get good, you get that player coming in the next season in your class.
it
and
does.
you're like,
It makes
you
it
want to see
exciting.
him play out. Oh, dude, imagine the things I can do with this player. And so for Frank, that's what you do. You every class. And dude, what's interesting about that is you get that complete roster turnover every 4 or 5 years. And so you can't get too attached to these players because they're going to be gone.
And sometimes, especially, it kind of seems like it hits a little bit more when they're freshmen. I had a freshman start as quarterback. His name was Mike Jones, and I just had him just recently, and he won the Heisman his freshman, sophomore, and junior year.
Wow.
And senior year, guess what? He broke his vertebrae.
Oh my God.
Oh, dude.
That's what you got to make him like an assistant on, the coaching staff after that.
Dude,
Like,
he broke his vertebrae carrying the team for all those years.
So I was like, man, I never seen that. I didn't think you could break your back.
Dude.
So
Man.
because I kind of want to get back to
the Browns will still draft him.
number one too. He's gonna recover. So so now I want to talk about what is the most outrageous record like for a single player that you ever had where at the end of it you were like, okay, this is bonkers.
Probably the I had a receiver from Colorado in one game have 700 yards.
700 yards in a game.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But I'll admit that game I found a play and I just kept using it. But after a while, I was like, okay, this guy, let's get to 200, 300, 400. And I was like, oh man. Yeah, his name was Thomas Patterson.
I wonder what was the final score of that game? Do you know?
It was a national championship game.
Oh my God.
God.
He just embarrassed somebody.
Against Georgia Tech. It was like 65 to 20.
Wow.
3 years.
Dude, that's wild. Yeah.
Okay. So on 14, 13, I think one of the things that happens is like Navy, for example, and Army would always get bonkers good,
Oh, great question.
right? So you've played so many dynasties all the way through the 60 years. Is that something that you noticed where those teams specifically would just get super good and you just play them for the national title every year?
I imposed a little self rivalry with Navy because they actually beat me back-to-back championships.
Dude.
So Navy is consistently at the top. Any other teams that you notice are always dominant? Notre Dame, probably.
Arkansas State's usually good for some reason.
Nice. That's cool. The Red Wolves.
Yeah. I think when I was, let me see. Another reason why I'm going to be Rutgers is I'm going to put them in the ACC.
Okay, yeah.
Because for some reason the ACC in my game is always good, lights out, every team.
So
Georgia.
I was going to ask about
Virginia
that.
Tech.
Do they put them in the Big East to start? Is that where they start normally? The Big East?
I think they're
The American. It doesn't
American.
matter. But do you
I think they're
normally
American.
do like conference realignments?
I not really, no. But
So you
I'm
just
good
kind of
with
let it
Rutgers.
ride out,
He's
huh?
a purist, man.
Yeah, all the way.
Dude, I dig it.
But I will change it to make it more like San Diego State got real good in this dynasty, so they've been in my Pac-12 for a while now.
Okay,
Like
so
the-
you will
Okay,
move
yeah.
a team around here or there,
Yeah.
to kind of like
Right.
balance it out.
Dude,
Yeah.
good stuff.
Dude, this has been, like I said, a treat for me. So I like this is a little self-indulgent because I was looking forward to this for a while because I think, like I said, like guys like you who play the game the way you do should be kind of appreciated in the community. And, outside of the page that you're on, I don't think a lot of people know you, but they will after today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Yeah, like that. Like I think it's cool. And do you stream at all?
No, I've never streamed, man.
Oh, dude,
Never
you should
streamed.
definitely start that. Man.
I've
Like a
thought
YouTube
about it.
channel.
That's enough to start his own streaming service.
Yeah.
More content than Netflix.
Yeah, like you really should. That would be kind of cool, man, to do. And it's so easy to set up. I don't know if you could do it on the PlayStation 3, but on the PlayStation 5, it's like one button. It's great.
Yeah.
So if you ever decide, let me know because So anyway, so that's it. I think we're good.
Yep.
I think we pretty much covered all the bases. I want to say thank you to you, Frank, and we're going to get to our primary sponsor for this episode. Who do we got, Al?
Our primary sponsor for today, it's a brand new sponsor. So it's a sponsor that you know, but they have a new product.
Okay.
And they're really excited about it, and I'm excited about it too.
Okay.
It's Strawberry Week. You know the Strawberry Week.
Yeah,
You remember
yeah.
Strawberry
The Moon
Week?
Cups.
Right, exactly. They've gone one better. Strawberry Week Free Bleeder Galoshes.
I love it.
Strawberry Week has been an innovator in feminine hygiene for over 30 years, specializing in alternatives to wasteful products like manhole covers and putter inners.
Oh my God. They wrote this?
Yeah, I'm just reading the copy.
They just sent this to
Yeah.
us. Oh, okay.
If you're concerned about the unsightly refuse created by sopping up Satan's waterfall, maybe free bleeding is for you.
You all right there? You able to keep
enjoy
it together?
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Okay, but what about the mess? Stained carpets and slippery stairs are not the answer. That's why your friends at Strawberry Week invented Free Bleeder Galoshes, available in 6 fashionable colors. They let your Crimson River flow to be cleanly and hygienically collected inside the galoshes until you're ready to empty them. But don't take my word for it. Why would you? Don't take my word for it. Listen to a satisfied customer like Candace F. from Syracuse, New York. I love my Free Bleeder galoshes. They're fashionable, fully leak-proof, and my feet have never been softer.
All right. Wow. That was a hell of a read. Yeah. I love our sponsors.
Yes,
all
indeed.
right. So for everybody, for Frank Cauble,
Yep.
for Alan Gigax, I am Anthony Scafacci. This has been a Balls Deep production.
There you go.
We are out.